This Coolermaster V8 just sold. So the one thing that I haven't done with this is open it up and clean the fan. And I think I'm going to do that. I remember when the system was together, it kind of sounded a little bit iffy. So I'm going to take it apart, test the fan, clean it, and hopefully it's a fan that can be oiled. With this cooler, the only thing that's holding this top cap on are these 4 Allen head screws. And there's a little mount right here that holds the fan. See this bracket? It kind of wraps around onto the fins. So we got to remove these 2 screws, one on each side, and those 4 top ones, and then that fan will come right out. I'm trying to remove this little shroud. I don't know if I think it's just got like little clips that are holding, these little clips right here are like into the screw hole. This off. Oh, there we go. It sounded like it broke. So it's got these little tabs right here that just kind of go into the mounting hole of the fan to keep it in place. I've never taken one of these apart before, so there's quite a bit of dirt on the like built up on the edge of these fan blades, and that really does affect its efficiency and the balance of it. Look at all that scum up in there on this edge. That is dirty. So I'll just stick my finger in there, kind of wipe it all the way around. Dirty. Alright, nice and clean. Get this thing with my air compressor. I'm going to use the 750 watt power supply to test this fan right here. Alright, now we are going to turn on the power supply, see what happens. You guys might be able to tell, look at that. It's got a lot of vibration in it. Let's go ahead and take off the sticker like we did before. Alright, after poking at the edge with my little blade and really trying to pry it up and stuff, you can kind of see that there's like some melted spots. It looks like that cap is not going to come off. I really do want to oil it. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a drill bit and I'm going to drill a little hole in the top right here. That way it can expose the bearing and I can put a little oil down in there. I hope it doesn't ruin the fan. Because I already sold this cooler on eBay, I don't want to screw up this fan because it's got this little speed controller. So I dug around in my stuff again and I found a Coolermaster fan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel off this sticker and see what it looks like underneath. And I got a feeling that it's going to be like that one too, kind of sealed. And if it is, I'm going to drill this one out first and see what it looks like under there. Let's take this sticker off and see what we got behind there. Alright, look at the edge coming back. And it also looks to be sealed. So, alright, let's get a drill bit and drill this thing. Already hitting something. See that? There's something there, and I'm already kind of drilling into it. I don't know if that's actually a bearing in there. I can't tell. So that honestly doesn't look like a bearing to me. It looks like a, I don't know, looks like it, instead of a regular bearing, maybe it's just like a little bushing or something in there. I mean, this fan still is spinning nice, but I don't think I'm going to be doing this to that other fan. I kind of want to keep drilling this out though to see exactly what that is down in there. I switched to my Harbor Freight rotary tool. I don't know what that greenish white area is. I don't know if it's an actual bearing cover or a bushing or something, but this fan is still nice and smooth. So I don't really care if I screw up this fan, and for the sake of for the sake of science, I'm gonna keep going until I grind out the rest of that black and get down to the that green color. Now we're down to that green white area. It just must be like a sealed bearing in there. That's what I'm assuming. I wish this fan wasn't so smooth, because then I could, you know, put some oil in it and test it, see if it improves it. There is a gap between the spindle and the plastic where, you know, some oil could get down in there. It really does look like it's, you know, these plastics right here are like fused together in manufacturing. So it was worth it. That way I don't screw up this one. I sent this guy a message on eBay to let him know about this fan, and I'm waiting to hear back from him. But I'm going to turn it on and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. It's like crawling across the... See, look at it. So I sent him a message, told him the fan should be replaced. I mean, if I was using the cooler, I would replace the fan. So I'll see what he says. He still might want it. It's a shame that they don't put a nice oilable fan on there. That's kind of the difference between Coolermaster and Corsair, in my opinion. Corsair's a notch above Coolermaster. The guy on eBay messaged me back and unfortunately asked me to cancel the order, but that's okay. I didn't want him to have any issues with it and then give me a bad review on eBay. I'm back in the same predicament I was with this PSU. I don't want to sell it if it's, you know, got some faulty things that people are going to be unhappy with. So it's either I sell this thing as is and say so in the description what the issue is, or I can replace this fan, or I can try to fix this one. And since this one is honestly on the way out, I think I'm just gonna drill a small hole. Instead of drilling the whole thing out like I did, I think I'm gonna drill a pinhole until I see that little metal spindle down in there. And then I'm going to drop some oil down in there and see what happens. See if it lubes it up or not. So it's not going to be a complete pinhole. I'm going to use that drill bit. I don't think that's too big. It'll be big enough to expose that spindle and hopefully be able to get some oil down in there. See the little metal down in there? I don't know if I'm going to be able to expose that enough. I don't know if you can see down in there, but I can kind of move. See that? How I can move it? I kind of pushed it over to the side. I didn't get it out of there. Dang it. But now that piece of metal is completely exposed. I'm going to put some oil down in there right now. See what happens. So we'll go like this. Like this, and then we'll quickly tilt it. Get a little bit of oil down in there. That should be enough. And let's start spinning it. See if anything happens. I can clearly feel that vibration still. I definitely got oil down in there. I don't know if it's going to be able to penetrate down into where it needs to be to make a difference. Maybe I'll plug it in and let it rip for a little while that oil sits there. I think I'm going to put a tiny bit more. I'll tilt the fan, then I'll tilt this. Alright. This is a full-blown experiment. We don't know if it's going to work or not. Listen to that. That's terrible. I'm going to put a little bit more oil in it and see what happens. This thing has been sitting here for about 5 minutes now, just running. And the vibration has definitely calmed down. That's not a joke, look at that. It's not crawling across the table anymore. It feels like it's actually spinning and pushing out more air too. Man, the vibration is darn near gone. I'm actually really happy with this. And it's crazy the amount of air that it's pushing now. That oil definitely freaking helped. And look, it doesn't walk across the table at all anymore. I think that might have done the trick. If you guys have any really screwed up fans that don't have that little cap on the back, drill a little hole and get some oil down in there. I'm stoked. I'm going to put this thing back together and sell it. Alright guys, she's done. Ready for a new home.